So many people don't know what cerebral palsy is, but it's a group of not neurological disorders that affect muscle tone and movement and motor skills. If your mom or dad told you had a disorder, what would your first thought be? I have a pretty good idea. It would be scary to find out if you have cerebral palsy, since my twin brother has it. When we found out he was crawling when he was not supposed to be crawling, so then we went to the doctor and then we found out he had cerebral palsy. And it was pretty scary for my mom, especially for finding that out. And then, for example, he understands that he is stronger than some people, but he sometimes forgets. Like one time when he was younger, he tried to punch me and he accidentally broke his pinky instead of hurting me. And then when he hugs people, he hugs too tight, and then they have to tell him that, and then he feels sorry for them. And then also that he wants to hug them all the time, but they're afraid that he's gonna hurt them because he doesn't look like the normal human does. And then how it affects me knowing my brother has cerebral palsy. And even though you have a type of disorders, you still have a successful life. The way it affects me knowing my brother has the serious disorder is that nowadays, if I would give him COVID, he has a higher chance of dying than I do. And then it makes me sad knowing that no one would see him as a normal kid, and he's just like the kid that's in the wheelchair that you see around school hugging people, because he's always a kind kid even though he doesn't look normal. And then after even this type of disorder, you can still have a successful life. Many celebrities have this disorder. For example, R.G. Mighty from Breaking Bad, and Josh Blue, the comedian, and Christy Brown, the writer and painter. He learned how to type and paint with his left foot using his toes, which that's pretty cool. And my brother, he also knows how to do that stuff, even though he's not really in school anymore because of homeschool, because no one saw him normal. So he makes his own appointments, to fix his computer. He calls the Best Buy and tells them what's wrong with his computer, and he actually sends it in himself. And then he also makes appointments for the doctor's office and tells them what he needs to have done. And then he also makes the appointments for my car to get fixed, and he actually tells me when the actual time I have to go there, and it's actually always right, which is thank God. And then he understands that he's stronger than others and not like the normal human that people see him as he sees himself. He thinks he's normal, but he knows also that he's not like everyone else, because his muscles are tense all the time. So then he tends to hurt people when he wants to hug them, or when he tries to do a pinching war, he always wins because he pinches the hardest, of course. And then again, how it affects me knowing my brother has CP, and even though you have this type of disorder, you still have a successful life, just like how you can have celebrities and still have actors and even comedians and painters. Even though sometimes if you have CP, you can't talk correctly, and that can be definitely a problem when you're doing comedian and up in person speaking. RG, he was talking about his difficulties when he was doing his Breaking Bad acting, and that he was having trouble talking and doing saying the right words. But it was also good because he can play the part of him having cerebral palsy in the show, because he can have his crutches that he normally can have, and they can also get money even though they never thought they would be able to be seen as a normal person, a normal actor and stuff. And that no matter what you have, always find happiness in yourself, no matter what everyone sees yourself. Even if you see yourself normal, you gotta make for sure, you gotta know that other people see you not as normal, but you gotta go past that.